Again, my name is Lily. I'm from Swiss Africa, or Shaping African Women in STEM. Just a
Wow.
little bit about our organization. We love to celebrate, empower, and promote women, African women in STEM who are doing great things out there, and also encourage those that are coming up, and just to let them know that there are women out there doing wonderful things in these spaces, and they are very capable of doing the same as well.
Yeah.
And this is part of our interview series just to find out more about your personal achievements and just put a spotlight on the wonderful things that you have done. So, to get started, can you please briefly introduce yourself and give us a background? Give us your background in STEM. What brought you this far?
To STEM. All right. Thank you so much for having me again here. So my full name is Immaculate Seita Lemaron. I'm from a small tribe in Kenya called the Maasai people. I'm not sure if you have ever heard of them. We live close to the parks of Kenya and Tanzania.
Mm,
And that is my tribal. I'm also passionate. That's my tribal background, and I'm passionate about languages, so I learned two international languages. That's French and German, in addition
mm,
to the normal languages that I could speak. That is Swahili and English and Maasai. And what brought back to your question on what brought me to STEM? When I was back in high school, I was so passionate about um, mathematics. I love numbers, so I did a first like a three science program, which was like an option for our high school, whereby you can do either two sciences, mathematics, and others. So I did the three sciences and mathematics. So when I graduated from high school, I wanted to do piloting. Yes. So I wanted to do like piloting and also finance on the side. Because at the back of my mind, I used to like admire how pilots like can travel all over the world. How they can
mm,
fly aircraft.
mm,
Due to coming from a first generation family, I think finances was a limiting factor for me at that point of my life, and I decided to go for my second option, which is a bachelor's degree in quantitative economics, where I did bachelor's degrees in economics, management, and the major was quantitative economics. And French as a minor, that is in a university in North Africa, in Algeria. And why Algeria in the first place? Because uh, the reason as to why I chose Algeria is my background again. So I decided to go for options that were available for me that were government scholarships. So I chose one of the first option that came for me was Algeria. I'm like, okay, why not? So I did quantitative economics and I came back to Kenya to work as in the banking sector for around 4 years and also doing consulting on the side for language consultancies. And back to the STEM again. Now I decided to, in 2025, when I was running a college access program for the organization that supported me to pursue my studies in high school, that is Equity Growth Foundation. That is when I decided it's time for me to pick a niche in terms of focusing on my career. And I chose a Master of Science in Business Analytics at Washington University in St. Louis, where I got admission, and I decided now to focus on financial technology. Why financial technology? Having already a background in quantitative economics and also working in the bank, you get to know a lot about investment, and companies basically make decisions using their financial data. So I wanted now to focus on being an international data scientist and leveraging on financial data, and basically you focus on different topics like big data science and machine learning and so on, but in the field of fintech. So it's an exciting field. So that's basically my background about STEM, why I chose STEM, and a little bit about myself.
yeah. All right, wonderful.
Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing. And you mentioned fintech. Is that something you're still interested in going into?
Fintech.
Yeah, the
Yes,
financial
actually.
technology. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, I'm doing a Master of Science in Financial Engineering at World Quant University and also Master of Business Analytics with a focus on financial technology at Washington University in St. Louis. One is an in-person, is a in-person program that is WashU, and the other one is an online program. Getting to learn more skills in this field.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's
Yes.
wonderful. And I've never heard of financial engineering before. What does that entail?
So for financial engineering, there's not so much difference about financial engineering. Okay, when you do financial engineering, you delve deeper into using a kind of financial information to make predictive data for investment. You can basically do a couple of things. Like, for example, you can decide on the future investment trends, on asset pricing, on commodity markets using financial information. So it's more of a niche in data science that is focusing mostly on financial information.
Oh, wow. That's
Yes.
wonderful. Sounds really amazing.
Yeah.
And what would you say, with all these wonderful experiences that you've gathered and you're gathering, what
Mhm.
would you say are some goals that you would desire to achieve in the nearest future as a young woman, as a woman in STEM?
Um, what I want to achieve in the near future, I want to become an international data scientist in one of the largest firms in the world. And also, I'm running a startup currently registered as a community-based organization that is called Global Education Initiative Africa. That is a program that supports students from low-income families from East Africa, for example, for now to access opportunities that they could not access that they cannot access in their country. So, in line with the two, why this one is more of a social impact project, and the other one is more of my personal career goals. So this lies the reason as to why I studied this program is because when I graduated from high school, and you're from a first generation family, there are sometimes limitations when it comes to access of information on the diversity of career choices that someone can choose, and also having basically people that you can look up to in terms of choosing your career, people that you can say can give you guidance. So having this program, it exposes students to diverse career options, especially the emerging fields in the market right now. The people are studying automation engineering. This is a high demand field. We have AI and machine learning in quite a number of careers that have emerged in the 21st century. So this particular program, I would love to upscale it to reach as many students as possible, especially those who might have a challenge into accessing the information because of the backgrounds that they are coming from. So international data scientist is where I want to focus on as far as my my personal career is concerned, and the other one is for more of a social impact project that I'm handling.
Thank you so much for sharing. That's so wonderful. And
Thank
you
you.
mentioned about the startup, it's Global Education Initiative?
Yeah, Global Education Initiative Africa. It's a
Initiative
CBO.
Africa. Okay.
Yes, it's a
All right.
yeah. Mhm.
Okay. And is this just focused right now in Kenya, or is this for the whole of East Africa for the time being?
For the time being, it's more of East Africa. Yeah, because
Okay.
that the students I was previously handling were from East Africa in my former organization. So the difference between this current organization and the work that I was doing in my previous work is it's more of an inclusive program because the one was focusing more on only A students. But when you have a program that is quite inclusive, that students don't really have to worry about their grades if they want to pursue TVET route in different parts of the world, then there are opportunities for them. So there are quite a number of opportunities for everyone. So it's more of an inclusive program and based in East Africa.
Wow, that's so wonderful.
Thank you.
And going back to your STEM journey,
Yes.
As an African woman in STEM, what are some challenges that you would say that you encountered when starting your career in STEM, and how did you overcome these challenges?
So for me, I think it's more of a personal challenge when it comes to STEM. When it comes to academic, um, I am I feel very grateful that I could do well in my academics, because in my academics, I was still doing very well in class. The challenge that I faced in, I don't think, okay, maybe not deciding on which field to focus on, because when you are excited about a field in after completing high school, and then you tend to pursue that route, and then you realize, oh, this is not exactly what you wanted to pursue. So as far as STEM courses are concerned, not many people are very much aware of. So it was much more of not having so much knowledge about the field. And when also it comes to picking a niche, that is something that I took maybe some time to do research on how I can choose a STEM course based on the experience that I already have. So other challenges, I haven't practiced quite for some time, especially being an international data scientist. So maybe these are things that I might I, I experience in the future. For now, I don't think there's no challenge, but that's basically what I can say. That is the challenge as far as choosing the cause. Yeah, I don't know if I've responded to that question well.
Okay, you did. Thank you.
Yeah.
And what would you say are some advice you would give on how to overcome challenges like gaps in knowledge? Like you
Oh.
mentioned that when
Mhm,
you were starting out, that
mhm.
you didn't know much about that field. So what would
Yeah.
you say are some tips or some advice you would give on how to overcome that?
The gaps on the knowledge can be tackled in different ways. One, to do a personal research. And also, secondly, you can consult experts in the field. So if someone is a data scientist, you can basically have approach them and tell them, on a day-to-day activity, what do you do as a data scientist? How, which kind of data do you handle? Which kind of skills do you need to learn? Do I need to use this software called R? Which one is better between R and Python? And many other questions. So you basically do personal research. You can also consult those already in the field. And last but not least, when it comes to knowledge gap, you can also do visit farms and networks with people working in different international firms, especially in the STEM field. So it could be in engineering, or it could be in the field of tech. So you consult those already in the field, and they can give you more insight on how you can overcome the challenge of knowledge gap. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. And what would you say are can you share an experience where your STEM skills, your data analysis skills were instrumental in making a difference?
So the data analysis skills were very instrumental for me when in my personal life or in my career.
Whichever, or you could give both. That's fine too.
Okay. All right. I will say in where I utilize my data analysis skills is when I was working in the bank, because you analyze quite a list of data in a big data for the financial companies. So it is very instrumental in supporting companies making key decision making. And where else have I utilized my skills is when I was my data analysis skills is in my personal experience is when I was also running the project called Global Education Initiative, and also in my former organization, because you handle student data, but that one is not so much deep. It's little data. So that is in as far as career is concerned. And in general, STEM skills that I learn, or STEM, I will say, uh, s- I will say a principle or something that I can apply to real life, there is this physics term that I later on realize how I can use it in life that is called thermodynamics. So it's a principles that says energy flows to where there is less resistance. So in real life, you can use that as a principle to actually transition your mindset in so many fields. You can transition your mindset when it comes to overcoming cultural barriers into pursuing your education. You can transition your mindset. You don't resist change. You transition your mindset when you want to explore opportunities, when you want to learn different things in life, because learning different things has no limit. You basically learn about people, you learn about skills, and so many. So it's a principle that I still apply up to date. So when I want to also, when it comes to networking opportunities, I don't limit myself. So when it comes to getting to explore opportunities, so I don't limit myself.
Okay, all right. That's
Mhm.
wonderful. Thank you so much. And
Yeah.
you mentioned that you learned, I believe, was two other languages in
Yes.
addition to the three that you already knew.
Yeah.
So, would you say that at any point learning those languages was instrumental in your career and also in your growth in this field?
Um, as far as the career is concerned, yes, a little bit, because some of the roles that I was interviewed for with international companies, one was a touring company that they required someone who could speak French and German. So it was a remote role that I did for a touring company that hires people who are skilled in business analysis and also have a knowledge of French and German. So I'll say they have been instrumental to me. Yes.
Okay, hey, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
And just before we conclude this interview,
Mhm.
is there any advice that you can share or give to young females that are starting up in STEM?
Yes, I'll definitely share with them that they should go for it. And once you have a passion about something, you go for it, because there is the light at the end of every tunnel. And also, your world is your oyster. So, opportunities that you think are only for some gender because of maybe the cultural mindset that people think that people who do well in the STEM courses are the male gender. But we should all focus on saying that it's up to you as an individual to take that initiative to study a STEM course of your field, and there are quite a wide number of opportunities that you can explore in the world and make a change, contribute your skills in the field that you have chosen. It could be in the health field, it could be in the education, or it could also be in the financial field. Yeah, so I will definitely tell them to go for it, and they should follow their passion and learn as much as they can.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Thank you
Mhm.
so much. And thank you so much for your time today. This
Mhm.
concludes our